into some pretty exciting tech news.
And I'm Jane Bowlby, buzzing in to bring you the highlights.
Today we're going to be talking all about the Gemini 2.0 launch. I know there's been a lot of buzz about it, and we're going to break down exactly what makes it so special.
This deep dive is for anyone who wants the key insights without getting lost in the technical weeds.
And the really cool thing is that this deep dive is actually being produced with a little help from Notebook LM.
Which is powered by Gemini itself.
So it's like we're giving you a sneak peek into the future, because version 2.0 directly enhances our own capabilities as podcast hosts.
Speaking of enhanced capabilities, Gemini 2.0 can do things its predecessor, Gemini 1.5, could only dream of.
Like what?
Well, for starters, it can now create images and generate speech natively.
Whoa, hold on a sec. Seriously, you can ask Gemini to make a picture of something and it'll just do it.
Exactly. Imagine asking it to create a visual for a complex concept, or, having it read a document out loud while you're on the go.
You could even have it do different voices and accents, right?
That's right. It's like having your own personal creative studio and voice actor all in one.
And we've heard it's not just about these flashy new features, it's also a lot faster.
Oh yeah. Gemini 2.0 is way faster and more accurate than before. It's showing some really impressive improvements in things like natural language understanding.
Which basically means it's getting better at understanding what we're asking.
Exactly. And that leads to more accurate and helpful responses.
Okay, so it understands us better. Well, what can we actually do with it?
Well, there's this cool thing called the Multimodal Live API. Imagine showing Gemini something live on your camera and having a real-time conversation about it.
So, I can be working on a design project and get instant feedback.
Or you could have it help you identify a plant or translate what someone's saying in real time.
The possibilities are pretty mind-boggling.
They really are. And it's great that Google is focusing on responsible AI development with all this power.
Right, they're implementing some safety measures like synthetic watermarks to help prevent misinformation.
And they're working on ways to prevent these AI agents from taking any unintended actions.
So it sounds like Gemini 2.0 is designed with safety and ethics in mind.
Absolutely. But before we go too deep into all the implications of this technology, let's take a closer look at some of the specific ways Gemini 2.0 is changing the game.
Okay, so what are some of the biggest changes we should be paying attention to?
Well, one of the key areas where we're seeing a lot of improvement is in code generation.
Okay, so for developers, this is a big deal.
Huge. Imagine having an AI that not only understands your code, but can also suggest improvements, help you debug, and even generate entire code blocks.
It's like having a superpowered coding buddy.
Exactly. And it could revolutionize the way software is developed.
Making it faster, more efficient, and accessible to more people.
Right. And it's not just about code either. Gemini 2.0 is also making waves in the world of data analysis.
Oh, wow. So it can help researchers and scientists make sense of all that data.
Exactly. It can help them uncover hidden patterns and gain insights that were impossible to find before.
So we're talking about accelerating scientific discoveries, improving business decisions, and potentially even solving some of the world's biggest problems.
It's pretty amazing stuff. And this is just the beginning.
I was just thinking that. As developers start to experiment with Gemini 2.0 and integrate it into their applications, we're going to see a whole new wave of tools and experiences.
Think about personalized educational apps, immersive virtual worlds, and even AI assistants that can help us manage our daily lives.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing is that we're seeing it happen right now.
That's right. Google is already using Gemini 2.0 in products like Notebook LM and Google Search.
And developers are creating some really incredible things with it.
Like TittleDraw, for example, which is using it to create interactive designs, animations, and even games.
And then there's Vigil, which is using it to generate virtual characters and audio narration for their AI video platform.
It's like they're bringing stories to life with Gemini.
And those are just a few examples of what's being built with it right now.
Exactly. As the technology continues to evolve, we can only imagine what the future holds.
It's definitely an exciting time to be witnessing this new era of AI.
It is, but it's also important to remember that with great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely. As we move forward, we need to make sure that AI is developed and used ethically.
With a focus on fairness, transparency, and accountability.
It's a conversation we all need to be a part of.
Definitely.
So, all right, let's take a moment to process all that.
Yeah, let's catch our breath.
When we come back, we'll dive deeper into the real-world applications of Gemini 2.0 and explore how this technology could transform our lives.
Sounds good.
While Jane Bowlby is cooling down, she overheats within a couple of minutes, let me explain what is happening in the video. The dialogue you hear has been generated by Notebook LM, and narrated through these avatars, which use some unconventional means to produce sound. John's hands are made from hard drive head assemblies, and they can move with audio frequencies, while Jane blinks with sonic speed, and strong current passes through bulbs and interacts with magnet and makes the whole head vibrate. I used NotebookLM because it is awesome, but also because I work at Google DeepMind, so this technology is close to me. However, what you see here is my personal hobby project, where I connect technology and AI with do-it-yourself craft and art. Tech-wise, I use stock NotebookLM, which any of you can use. I gave it official Gemini 2 press releases as sources, made 3 iterations with prompting, and you hear the AI-generated dialogue as is, unaltered except splitting it into 2 channels. By a coincidence, the dialogue included a call-out for an intermission, basically an artifact that I turned into a feature. It is important to note that everything I say is my personal opinion. I do not speak for the company. Alphabet's position is in press releases, which I fed to NotebookLM. However, while NotebookLM tries to follow them, the text you hear is an AI compilation which does deviate from the official text. I did my best to check facts, and generally I'm impressed with the summarization quality. But the Balbi podcast is neither my nor Alphabet's statements. In fact, there is one prominent example where Balbis express an opinion that doesn't belong to anybody. In the second part, they will be given a rather good talk about AI safety and inclusivity, how AI should be based on a diverse cultural background. The only problem is that when we humans say we, in this context, we usually mean humanity. The AI has been given a controversial instructions. On one hand, it has been trained to speak as a human, but I also asked it to act as non-human persona, which may change how people will interpret who is included in we. Think of it as an actor on stage. The role they play commands the appearance, but does not define what actor's point of view is. With that, I wanted to illustrate the importance of a responsible usage of this amazing technology. Don't blindly trust and use generated content, which actually is very true for human-generated content too. But it is a very powerful and very useful tool if approached thoughtfully and responsibly.
So before the break, we were talking about some pretty awesome applications that are being developed with Gemini 2.0.
It's really incredible to see how developers are already putting it to use.
Definitely. It just shows you how powerful and versatile this new AI is.
One area that I'm really excited about is content creation.
Oh yeah. What about it?
Well, Gemini 2.0's image generation and text-to-speech capabilities are opening up all kinds of possibilities for artists, writers, anyone who wants to create something.
So, like, what kind of things are we talking about here?
Well, there's Toon Sutra, for example.
Okay, what's that?
It's a platform that's using Gemini's multilingual translation to make comics and webtoons accessible to a global audience.
So you can read your favorite manga in your native language.
Exactly. Or share your own creative work without worrying about translation.
That's really cool. And it's not just translating existing content, right?
Right. Gemini 2.0 can help people create brand new content from scratch.
So a writer could use it to get past writer's block.
Exactly. They can give it some prompts, and Gemini could generate ideas, characters, even dialogue.
It's like having a creative partner on demand.
And what's really interesting is that it can blend text, images, and audio together seamlessly.
To create some really immersive experiences.
Exactly. Imagine interactive storybooks, educational videos that adapt to you, or virtual worlds that feel incredibly real.
The creative potential is pretty much limitless.
It really is. And speaking of making things more accessible, Gemini 2.0's advancements in natural language understanding and code generation could have a huge impact on education.
I was just thinking that. Imagine personalized learning apps that adapt to each student's needs.
That's the idea. It could provide custom lessons, feedback, and support.
It would be a game changer for so many students.
Especially those who have difficulty with traditional learning methods.
Like, imagine having an AI tutor who can patiently answer your questions and offer encouragement.
It can help everyone reach their full potential. And it's not just about personalized learning either.
What else?
Well, Gemini 2.0 could also create immersive educational experiences like virtual field trips or interactive simulations.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
It can make learning fun and exciting for everyone.
exactly. And it's not just about education either. Gemini 2.0 could also transform the way we work.
Okay, so
Well, we talked about how it can help developers and data analysts, but it can also automate tasks, improve communication, and even help us make better decisions.
like an AI assistant that manages your schedule and helps you prepare for presentations.
Exactly. That would free up so much time and energy.
For sure. It would be a game changer for productivity and work-life balance.
And for businesses, it could lead to more efficiency, innovation, and success.
Absolutely. And one thing I find really interesting is that all these advancements in natural language understanding could really change how we interact with technology.
I agree. It could make it a lot easier and more intuitive.
Imagine having a conversation with your computer, asking it questions and getting advice.
We're talking about a future where technology is seamlessly integrated into our lives.
And it empowers us to do more and live better.
But even though all of this sounds amazing, it's important to remember that we're still in the early stages.
Right, there are still challenges to overcome and questions to answer.
And we need to approach this new technology responsibly.
For sure. As we embrace the possibilities, we need to be mindful of the potential risks and challenges.
Like making sure that AI is used ethically and that its benefits are shared equitably.
Exactly. We need to have open conversations about the implications of AI and work together to create guidelines that protect us.
It's a responsibility we all share.
And as we navigate this new landscape, it's important to stay informed and engaged
We need to be actively involved in shaping the future of AI.
and make sure it's used for good and benefits all of humanity.
It's a responsibility we all share. And I think it's time for us to share some final thoughts on the Gemini 2.0 launch and what it all means for the future.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in our deep dive into Gemini 2.0, from its incredible new features to the potential impact on our lives.
It feels like we're standing on the edge of a whole new era.
It really does. And it's both exciting and a bit overwhelming to think about all the possibilities.
But I think the most important thing to remember is that we have a say in how this all unfolds.
Right? We get to decide how we use these tools, what problems we solve with them, what kind of future we create.
It's a pretty amazing opportunity. Think about the early days of the internet.
No one could have imagined how it would change the world.
And now with AI, we're on the brink of something even bigger.
Tools that can not only process information, but actually learn, adapt, and create.
It's mind-blowing how far we've come in such a short time.
And as developers continue to explore Gemini 2.0, I think we'll see even more groundbreaking applications, things we haven't even thought of yet.
Like AI that can design personalized healthcare treatments,
Or create sustainable energy solutions.
or even compose incredible music.
The potential is limitless, but we need to proceed with caution and responsibility.
Exactly. We need to make sure that AI is used for good, that it benefits everyone, and that it doesn't create new problems in the process.
It's a balancing act, but it's one we need to get right,
And it's a conversation that needs to involve everyone.
not just the tech experts.
Everyone needs to understand the potential of AI and be part of shaping its future.
That's why we wanted to share all of this with you today.
To give you a glimpse into the world of Gemini 2.0 and get you thinking about how it could impact your life.
It's an exciting time to be alive, and it's important to stay informed and engaged.
Keep learning, keep asking questions. Who knows? You might even be the one to come up with the next big AI breakthrough.
And hey, even though we're just humble Dolby avatars powered by this incredible technology,
We're right here with you on this journey.
it's been a real pleasure diving deep into Gemini 2.0 with you all today.
We hope you found it as fascinating as we did.
And who knows, maybe we'll be back soon to explore even more advancements in the world of AI.
Until then, keep those hard drives whirring and those light bulbs buzzing.